we will go right into it. Again, it was a really tight first game for those who missed it on stream. We had we had rather Null Reference being beaten by Team BK. But again, like I said before, this is the lower bracket. This is the first round. It's a do or die scenario for the rest of the day for both these teams. And we see a Bounty Hunter ban followed by a Nakes, so two fairly standard bans coming through. And the Invoker ban from Warriors of Warcraft as well. Again, I feel like at a certain level during these lands, because it's a best of one scenario, you're just looking to ban out comfort heroes or heroes you just don't like playing against. Like, banning out the meta is only going to get you so far in these kind of tournaments. So, I mean, like... Alrighty, so get into is it Timbersaw ban there from Komochi Boys. So Komochi Boys, of course, they lost their first round game up against. Just having a look at the bracket now. Komochi Boys lost to Cruel World Gaming. Actually, like in terms of the way it was seeded, maybe a little bit of an upset. Komochi Boys certainly the favoured one out of those two. Warriors of Warcraft. They got taken down by WinterludeDota again. WinterludeDota, one of probably the top 4 teams, certainly one of the teams that were looking to go deep into this tournament. So Komochi Boys may be surprised that they find themselves here. They were 5th seed and they got beaten in their first game. So it's going to be a tough road for them ahead. And we have a first pick Ricky from Warriors of Warcraft. That's actually disgusting. People who first pick Ricky. There's a special kind of hell for those kind of people. But I mean, like, the thing is that if you're going to target ban someone at the beginning of the game, like, if you're going to target out heroes rather than meta, heroes like Ricky and Earth Spirit are going to get through. So if you happen to have, like, Ricky and Earth Spirit players on your team, not that Ricky requires any skill, Kappa, if you're going to have, like, play heroes like that on your team, like, because the meta isn't really banned out, they're free to go. Vengeful Spirit, first pick from Komochi Boys. I wouldn't be surprised, like, teams tend to pick more push-orientated strategies in these kind of best of ones. Simply because a lot of the time it's easier to execute than big wombo combo in the team fights. Might not get you on the top 10, but will get you the W, which I guess at the end of the day is all that matters. If you're in the Christchurch area and you want to come down and have a look-see, of course we are on campus here at the University of Canterbury, down at the Kirkwood Villages. Come say hi. Of course, keep the stream open so you can keep the stream viewership up. Thanks, team. But using up quite a lot of their reserve time here, Komochi Boys, for their second pick. And it's going to be a Queen of Pain. Ooh. I do enjoy a good co-op game. Again, like, strong players. If you've got... that's another thing you'll see on these teams, is because there's a lot of variance, like in terms of like just mates who are coming down and playing MMR, like just random games. There will often be players who have just got... who are just playing sort of on another level or much higher MMR, and then you see heroes like Quap and these big... kind of game-winning heroes, the ones that can kind of really take over the game and control. Also, quick shout out to Warriors of Warcraft and their tag, how they're tagged up in their names. I think everyone's tagged up something different, but at least they're tagged up. That's what I appreciate, Warriors of Warcraft. Showing those tags. So again, the only thing I do have an issue with the Quap is like Quap vs Ricky isn't like the greatest matchup. If you get Smoke Cloud, especially early game Smoke Cloud, Orb Venom, very difficult to get out of. If you're a Quap, you're kind of just stuck there. But again, defensive supports like Eventual Spirit, if they look to pick up another defensive support as well while we're here, might be able to mitigate some of that Ricky's effectiveness. Disruptor picking from Warriors of Warcraft. Warriors of Warcraft, I'm just picking meta. I feel that. Ricky Disruptor, two meta heroes, two strong meta heroes. And it's gonna be a drow ban. I appreciate that. Like whenever you see a Vengeful Spirit picked up, especially Vengeful plus one support, like it's always just pretty strong. And again, we're back into this reserve time territory for Komochi boys. They're trying to get their fourth ban. Again, like teams who open with Ricky Disruptor, there's a lot they can go with, and they just ban another meta hero. I feel that. They ban out the Jug. It's safe. It's a strong hero. Again, good versus general, like any kind of like magic heavy lineup. Obviously, Qual. All her damage is going to be coming from magic, presumably. And for Warriors of Warcraft, again, they don't really have much to go on either this early in the draft. Just basically what they don't want to face up against. There's still a lot of good heroes in the pool. And it's gonna be Phoenix ban. Maybe they're anticipating a Void pick. I don't know. Like Phoenix Void's always pretty strong. I think with like Phoenix Void, you can go like a whole bunch of different places, which makes it probably the strong pick it is. I just take out the Phoenix again. Like double pick stage comes through from Warriors of Warcraft. It's just a nice combo. It's a little bit Ricky though. It's a little bit greedy rather, running with a Ricky Disruptor. Yeah, it's just so we're just saying so if you look at the screen at the moment, because you tuned in, the arm showed up at the bottom. Just right click and then do the preview thing again. And it's actually going to be a Magnus. And Magnus pick already. They want to make the top 10. They want to make the highlight plays, Komochi boys. Here we go, Magnus. A hero that I love casting, I love seeing. It's a little bit difficult against the Ricky and Disruptor because, like, if like there's no, I imagine this is going to be an offlane Magnus. I guess they could mid Magnus, like safe lane or offlane Quap. But I think like with an offlane Magnus, someone who's probably not going to get levels anyway, like you can't scare away to safety in this game because you have a Disruptor, you have a Ricky Smoke Cloud. It's like for Mag to get off a great ult in this game and for them to actually wombo combo against a Ricky Disruptor, like it's certainly doable, but it's going to require a lot of coordination and a lot of timing and a lot of Warriors of Warcraft team to be out of position. And we've got a Skywrath Mage. Okay, another hero we don't see too often. I imagine given the Ricky Disruptor pick, this might be a mid Skywrath. In which case, again, super good against Quap. Just another silence comes out. Like it's actually disgusting. Like let's just stack another silence on top of that. So you've now got a Ricky Smoke Cloud, Disruptor ult, Skywrath, Mage Silence as well. This is not a fun game to be a Queen of Pain. Probably not a fun game to try to wombo with a Magnus either. They're just going to look to pick up that Lion. I think it's a great 4-staff game actually. This is one of those games you have to get 4-staffed. Again, Skywrath Mage in terms of dropping his ult on someone, maybe not as effective as long as you've got the Vengeful Spirit in a good position so you can kind of swap heroes out. But like before that point, Still lacking, I think, a little bit of physical damage. Like at the moment, it's all magical. I'm assuming Ricky's the 4 position. Like I'm assuming Ricky's playing the 4. Could maybe decide that he wants. I don't know. Like they could play a carry Ricky. I think it's pretty underwhelming, especially to what the 4 position Ricky offers. So I think if you're Warriors of Warcraft, you want to get some right click damage, especially playing Skywrath Mage potentially mid.
Tide Hunter.
A Tide Hunter, so not a hero that screams damage, but what he does provide is he provides a lot of counter initiate. So if any heroes do get jumped, he can kind of turn the team fight. And if I'm Komochi boys, I want to ban out something like a Sven, some kind of like meta right click carry. Certainly get rid of that Sven. Lifestealer's already taken out, Juggernaut's already taken out. Sven's kind of like that trifecta of heroes, especially because like he can also pick up or a Naga. Okay, they're gonna ban Naga. They're more scared of a Naga Siren again. A lot of magic damage, which I feel like there's a really lack of damage diversification there. Like it's kind of all eggs in one basket if they were gonna pick the Naga. But if you're Warriors of Warcraft, I think you ban. I mean, you want to ban probably this safe laner, yeah. You ban a Slark. Slark's one of those heroes, which is again pesky, can roam, can get kills. But I like Sven. I like Sven here. They do have a little bit of reserve time to play with. Again, they've only got like 14 seconds to make the pick. I think any kind of physical damage at this point is good. Didn't expect the anti-mage. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. They've got a lot of space creation, not a lot of damage, and we've got to get an anti-mage Spectre game, team. And so we will go right into this one. Warriors of Warcraft taking on Komochi boys. This is, of course, the second game of the day here at the WinterludeDota LAN. This is the lower bracket round 1. Lose and you're out at this point. So a lot is on this game for both teams. In terms of looking at the draft straight off, I like the Wombo from Komochi, but the 4 Protect 1, the Warriors of Warcraft are going to bring up, I think, is also super strong. So if Komochi boys can get some 4-star on supports and some early BKBs, then I think they can get the ball rolling. But if they take too long, then I think Warriors of Warcraft might have this one. But also, we'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors here. Obviously, UCGG and CompSoc for jointly running the competition. Also, as we will head into our game now, we've also got to say a big thanks to Tuny Coffee, to PB Tech, and to Dragon PC. You'll see them scrolling along the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Of course, if you enjoy the content, make sure you like our Facebook page, follow our YouTube channel to find all these VODs once the tournament's finished, as well as a bunch of extra content. And support the esports scene, man. Support me. Support Mr. Meister, who's our observer for the game and the producer on the day. He's sitting there. He's giving up a Saturday of playing Dota 2 to produce Dota 2. Apparently, everyone's just away if you're on WOW. So while we're doing that, I'll just let you know what else is happening. Welcome into Mr. TTAM in chat. We'll just have a look at. I'll read you through where we're at the brackets. Of course, the winner of this game is going to play Null Reference. There's still one round 1 game that still hasn't finished yet. That's Crystal Pudge taking on QED. That game is still going on. The winner of that playing Spring Rolls on Tan. The user of that playing New Generation. So because that game took a little while to start, and I think it's also going over 60 minutes, it was like at 50 minutes before this game started, so it's probably going to that extent. That game might hold up some things, some permutations, but at the moment I know Ice Cold are in game with Team BK, and WinterludeDota are in game with Envy are in game with LOL Gaming as well, so those games are happening as we speak. The anti-mage has reconnected, so we might actually get some Dota 2 action for you today if we are lucky enough, lo and behold. And yeah, we'll go back into the game. We are good, we're ready. We'll have a look at both teams. You feed them you eat him on the Vengeful Spirit. Draco Lay rather, on the Lion. 15-inch Lifestyle. On the casting, the Magnus. And Tinkersama knows no mercy. It's going to round out the lineup on the Quap. Actually, I forgot the Spectre player. It was also on the game. Meanwhile, on the Dire side, we've got Swaggles on the AM, Ebon Flame manning the Disruptor, getting out towards the mid lane. Not sure if it's going to be a mid lane Skywraith yet, but that's going to be played by Lord Mage on the Skywraith Mage. Magikarp has the Cancer of Dota 2 on the Ricky Maru. And then the offlane, Daddy! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. So no early wards put down from either teams. Often we do see the TPN get an early ward up so they can kind of scout how this initial clash is going to go. Actually, we see in the bottom lane we do have that ward down from the pink player, but both teams kind of posturing at this moment. Again, you always got to favour the team with the Ricky. I'm really surprised Ricky isn't standing uphill at the moment, like giving his team a bit more vision, kind of scouting out where they are, but they're going to give it to the Queen of Pain, deciding that not worth going, and they'll give the Tidehunter the other room. Does things match up? I'm really interested to see how this middle lane goes. Like, definitely Skywraith Mage has the advantage in this matchup, but Quap, if she gets ahead, can just dominate. Like, it's whoever gets ahead. The first kill is going to be super crucial, and we see Ricky Maru is already ready to look and gank. There is that sentry ward down. It's going to spot him now. And in fact, he's going to place down his own sentry. Ooh! A misclick. Instead of, he fairy fired instead of tangoed. And it looks like the Ricky actually might look to go back again. No, again, really safe play here from the Queen of Pain. Elsewhere in the bottom lane, Tidehunter's got level 1, she might be able to pick level 2 up as well. This lane's going to keep fairly stagnant. Moving on towards the top lane again, you've got the Magnus up against the Disruptor AM. Like, this isn't a fun time for a Magnus, I'm not going to lie. The reason why we don't see so much Magnus in the offlane, again, can't really abuse that Iron Talon as much as other heroes can. Ricky comes up, he's got backstab first. Magnus still holding onto a skill point, really like that from him. And again, Disruptor not level 2 yet, so no opportunity to glimpse him back. The Quap is actually in a super aggressive position here. Again, Ricky, no smoke cloud at this point in the game. Blink, yeah. Again, it's the issue with the level 1 Ricky. You really need that level 2, and then you can gank. I think like that Quap just dies repeatedly if Ricky's level 2. Needs to leech that out of a lane. Like, you can't kill this Quap with no Skywraith silence. I actually am a little bit surprised that he did go the W over silence. I think with the Ricky slow, you can probably get away with not needing to actually slow the enemies themselves. In terms of the CS chance, the CS leader is actually the anti-mage in the top lane, which is not really, which is pretty standard. It's not to be expected. Like, you got a Magnus in the off lane, like that hero is not going to pressure too much, whereas the Tidehunter is going to be able to stand in the lane and kind of do as he pleases. He's picked up level 3, 2 points of Anchor Smash, 1 of Kraken. He's actually just dominating the Spectre pretty hard. DD Ricky? Maybe he can find the line? He's just going to be more annoying than anything else here. Like, all you're doing is trying to stop them from pulling that camp. So Line's probably going to go... I mean, Line might go for a pull. I don't think he will. Pulling another tower. Maybe they'll look to set up for a kill. If he uses the stun, could be in some trouble. The Tidehunter actually levels up Gush, they can go for this kill. Is the Ricky going to fall down first? No! The Ricky gets the first blood on the line and gets denied by the neutral creeps. Oh, boy. Disaster turn of events there for Komochi boys. Ricky gets the first blood and then gets the lucky deny to neutrals. And all of a sudden this bot lane is in a little bit of trouble if you're the Spectre. Ricky's found himself level 2, he's got Blink Strike up, so the next port of call was to gank the poor Queen of Pain middle. Might see the Courier? No, Courier's boosted. Probably like the Ricky player XD. Go, oh! Again, oh no, Scarif does have a point in silence now, so maybe they can kill the Quap, but Ricky's killing Blink Strike, overtaking the smoke screen. Not 100% sure that's the build against the Quap. Tinkersama, no mercy, is going to take both runes. I would like to point out that like the Quap's been playing super cautiously, but it's still 5 CS up rather over on the Skywrath. He's doing himself a good job. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we have a look at that Tidehunter. How's he doing? He's got himself some arcane boots. 5 minutes into the game. Life's great if you're this Tidehunter. Of course, if you've just tuned in, of course, we are live at the University of Canterbury. Here for the WinterludeDota 2 LAN. Look how aggressive this Tidehunter's playing bottom lane. I'm just seeing where all these heroes are. But I also want to watch mid as well. I'm split between the two. This Ricky's kind of just sat there. Isn't really prohibiting this Quap from last hitting. He's just getting nuked down. They're gonna dive? I don't know, like, I think if you're Ricky at this point, like, there's so much you could have done in these other lanes, specifically top against the Magnus. Maybe it's just not worth it, although they do jump in, but the Quap blink out. Again, Ricky with the blink strike, not the smoke screen. Might have been able to set up the kill otherwise, but Quap playing even more defensively than before. And what this all means is the top lane, the anti-mage, he's gone Perseverance first anti-mage. Not a massive fan of that particular build, but it is going to be allow him to sustain in lane. A glimpse up on Disruptor, and this Magnus, he's got no mana either, he's going to get glimpsed back. Ricky's going to come in as well. He's going to die a slow and painful death. Could deny himself to neutrals if he gets there. No, not this time. Disruptor's going to get the last hits. They will get to the kill, but meanwhile mid lane we've got a double smoke and a blink up onto Lord Mage on the Skywrath Mage. He is just going to get right foot down. So the Queen of Pain's going to pick up that kill mid. Again, super crucial. He's got that ultimate now up online. Can certainly solo kill once he has his mana at full. So wait, bottom lane? What's happening? Is this Tidehunter just underneath the tower up against the Spectre? He certainly is. The Spectre's got 27 last hits, which is actually the same as the Tidehunter. They are trading CS in this lane and they've decided to sack him. This is not going to be a fun Spectre game. And in fact, Ravage is blown and he's just going to kill the Spectre. Daddy says, who is yours to the Spectre? He's going to go down. The Ravage popped, easy kill. Look at the stack, man. Is that like a triple? Is it a quad stack almost? 1, 2... Yeah, I think it's a quad stack, maybe. This Quap has been scouted. She doesn't know she's been scouted. But at the same time, Vengeful has rotated up. Looks like he might get a clash in this top lane. They want to jump in and kill this anti-mage. He's getting too big, but again, a nice ward and just Ricky Maru things is able to scout it. Are they going to try to take the stack? And the smoke screen. Oh, she actually got to wait for it. What? And the Venge stones the creep. What is... It's not the gank I was expecting. And the Vengeful Spirit's gonna go down. Komochi boys deciding to blow the Queen of Pain ult on the stack, not get all the creeps, and then die. Gets silenced up by the Queen of Pain. Perhaps not the optimal play. And meanwhile, the Spectre's anti-mage is just going to get a little bit bigger. We have a look at the overall net worth. And AM is sitting pretty at top. It's the AM and Tidehunter. This Tidehunter's got so much. And the Lion hasn't any impact. It might change. They're looking to go on. The Hex is up on the Lion, but the Spectre backs back. A little bit of miscommunication there. The Spectre deciding to disengage that one. Perhaps fearing whereabouts this Ricky Maru is, and guess what? He's right behind them, ready to go. It's a little bit of a lull in this game. Lol. I forgot that's a Twitch emote now. As the Skywrath Mage again down on CS, and although like Skywrath Mage in theory does super well against Quap in this lane, like the Quap has got on a lot more, even though the top gang just failed miserably. Magnus might be in a little bit of trouble. Glimpses up, but he's just going to get right-clicked out. In fact, does get glimpsed back, and he's going to get right-clicked down by this anti-mage. I think he's just bought out. He's got mana boots if he wants it. Doesn't want it. He's just going to lose 200 gold. Meanwhile, bottom lane, in fact, it's the Ricky who contests for the rune, gets the illusion rune up against 3 heroes. I'm assuming no detection. Yep, supports no detection. Of course, not exclusively a support's job to get detection. I will add in, but... They might look to set something up here. Tide does have Ravage. And Lion's going to be completely scattered. The Ravage is going to come through. It's going to hit 2. They're going to look to burst down the Lion first. But the Ricky, not quite sure what he was doing. The smoke screen way off the mark. The Queen of Pain's going to run through. The ult's going to catch 2. A nice ult from the Quap's going to get 1. In fact, they're going to get 2 as well. Both kills going the way of the Spectre. He badly needed that one to get back into this game. And even Flame the Disruptor dropping that chrome for the stream. I feel that, boys. AM now Naked Battle Fury, no boots at 11 minutes. I mean, typically I would just say this is awful, but when you've had an entire lane of free farm, you do what you want, really. He is going to accelerate his farm even more so than it is already, and I am kind of worried for Spectre, even though he did pick up those 2 kills just before. He does have 2k gold in the bank, but it is going to be a tough mid-game for him. Boys in stream, who you got? Who's going to take this one? Mid lane, the Skywrath Mage is going to get ganked. The stun comes through from the Vengeful Spirit, followed up by the Blinking from the Quap, and the Magnus is there for good measure. He's going to take him out. Easy as that, and the Skywrath Mage again goes down, so although he did okay in lane, is now kind of struggling. Bottom lane, actually the Spectre died. Ravage wasn't even blowing, I guess. I completely missed that one, the Spectre going down. And all this allows us for anti-mage in the top lane to get a little bit more farm. He's 1-0 and 2. But more importantly, he's got his top net worth by well over 1k. And Tidehunter's near a blink. I'm not sure if he goes blink or if he goes mech this game. He hasn't got the components in the stash for mech yet, so maybe he won't. Vengeful Spirit's going to TP in with the Lion. They know the Tide's here. The Tide's got a caught in the middle of a whole bunch of heroes. Then RP's up on Magnus. He's going to blind on. The Static Storm's going to come through into the drop. He's going to stop. Oh, is he going to go down on the back line? He's going to tick down. In fact, just lives. The Corpo's going to come through. She's going to get glimpsed back. Where'd she get glimpsed back to? Is that across the map? Yep, glimpse back to mid lane goes the Quap, and they want to fight. There's no Quap for this one. Ravage has come off cooldown. This Lion might be in a bit of a precarious position as well as the Spectre. Do they just commit? In fact, they backed off. I don't know. I feel like you take this fight. I feel like if you're Komochi boys who just want to fight at this point. And AM again, he's been completely untouched in the top lane. He is the saving grace, I think. Well, there are several saving graces. He is the is what might carry them through actually to win this game. Ooh. Finds the Quap. Quap silenced up. Right clicks are going to come through. Still a lot of mana, so ult's not going to do too much. But yes, just enough. The last Arcane Bolt comes through. RP up on the Magnus. He's going to just RP the Disruptor on his own. And he might find himself in a bit of a precarious position. Finds himself in the middle of 5 heroes. Not where he wanted to be. He's going to go down. And another 2 kills going the way of Warriors of Warcraft. They have turned up in a big way. For those who are unaware, Warriors of Warcraft were seeded much lower than Komochi Boys, who were the favourites for not only their first game, but this game as well. Finding it tough. We head on to the mid game. Again, the Spectre went back for the drums, so no Relic Rush, which I think is the right call when you're playing from behind like this. Still think the Vanguard's pretty valuable. Lion has just picked up level 6 actually, okay. So they do have the finger now for team fights. Venger's got swap. I've got a little bit to go on. But an interesting build coming out from the Skywrath Mage. Oh no, she has taken it. Just hit 10, level 9, no ults. I guess it's good. Like, I mean, like silence wrecks every single one of the heroes. So I feel like matching that's pretty good. The swamp's gonna come through on the Skywrath Mage. Ravage, great timing there. On top of, oh god, on top of the Ricky smoke cloud. They're gonna get one. The finger's gonna come through. That's gonna actually be able to pick off the Skywrath himself. Looking now desperately to disengage the Radiant side. The Hex comes out from the Tidehunter, which might deter them. It doesn't deter the anti-mage. Guess what? We're diving Cowboys. 4 of the heroes there. I tell you, one of the heroes that isn't there, it's going to be the Lion taken down. And once again, have a quick look at that fight recap, and it does go slightly the way, once again, of the Dire side. Turning up in a big way for this one. Spectre's going to be able to TP, sorry, just going to be able to dagger himself out. He's sitting on 1.3k gold, so he's like, he's not too close to his role. He's not too close to any item. I'm not even sure if he goes Radiance maybe at this point. I don't know, up to him. Quap has gone, Quap's actually picked up an Oblivion Staff, so an early Orchid on her. Again, super good against Skywrath, super good against Disruptor. It's certainly late to get it though. Like, does she have anything on the chicken? No, nothing on the chicken, so she is a long way away from any semblance of that Orchid. They badly need that to go into the mid game as well. I think Lord Mage is the only one with like slightly understated farm for the Dire side. His lane didn't go as well as it could have in mid, but he picks up the Shadow Amulet. So Shadowblade Skywrath, it could be a Glimmer Cape, maybe? I would imagine it's a Shadowblade. Again, I think like the Skywrath Mage's role as we see jump on bottom. In fact, it's the anti-mage who could be in a bit of trouble. Their reinitiation is going to come through. Are they going to be able to take down the anti-mage? No, they're not going to have enough. The reinitiation is going to come through here from in the form of the Tidehunter and the Ricky. Static Storm dropped on top of the bench was good. I think she's going to go down much like the rest of them. Popo! Oh! Flew too close to the sons of the anti-mage, and the Quap's going to be able to pick him up. Big kill for him. It's still a 3-for-1 trade. Remember, the Spectre did go down as well, but Quap has blinked all the way into the trees. They won't be able to find her. Oh, what? Quap? Blink out? What? Please? Is she dead? No, just needed a couple more right clicks. The Skywrath Mage backed off on like 0 HP. And she actually was a Glimmer Cape Skywrath, just as a side note. So anti-mage did go down. He reinitiated on that fight. Not really sure if that was necessarily the correct move. Bottom lane, Ricky Maru. The Quap was so close. It is just going to be such a long time until that Quap gets the Orchid that I'm not sure if it's full effectiveness when she does. Ricky Maru's pinged out. He's going to Diffusal Blade. So as soon as Ricky picks up that Diffusal, like all of a sudden that Orchid becomes even less effective than it was already. It's not gonna be a fun game for this for this co-op at all. We do have to blink up E on Mag though. It's gonna get spotted. Kind of surprising that it didn't smoke for that one. Seeing as that's like the one team fight initiation item they've now got, but they will reveal it. They say, hey look, you can't fight into us now, the Mag's got Blink, but Blink Ravage up on the Tide, and if they can pick off one to start the fight, maybe it's the Spectre. The Co-op's flanking the Disruptor. The Disruptor's in a little bit of trouble, just gonna drop the zoning Static Storm. Gonna get swept back in though, you can't escape it. Is he gonna go down? Yeah, maybe. Oh, the Ravage gonna come through. It's 4 heroes. Who's your daddy? You're gonna be able to look to pick up the Spectre. Although he's like, where's the rest of my team? Can't find them. The RP's gonna be dropped onto Lord Mage. Not before he drops all of his spells. A slightly late RP. He's gonna cape to save him. At the moment, it's just the Tide who's gonna go down. Although the Vengeful Spirit, I think, is gonna tick down to Earn Charges as well. He's gonna be able to chuck out a stun before he dies. And so a hectic team fight. The Tide Hunter, great initiation. Maybe it's not over yet. The Spectre going to initiate back onto the Scryth Mage. He's going to get the kill. They see the Ricky Maru there as well. No jaunt from the Spectre. Quap could ult. Oh, I think if an E hit, she would have ulted for that. But all the while, Swaggles is pushing bottom lane. Oh, they just can't get a fair trade. I mean, it was a good trade, but... They get all, and yep, Blink's line, yep, there was a line there. And that is a 20-minute defusal on the 4 position rookie, so his fun's going to get accelerated somewhat. He is stalking this Queen of Pain, and in fact, is going to get the smoke screen off. They're going to find the real one, they are able to. Can they burst it down? Oh, just... Last right click came through from Magikarp. He is turning up on this rookie. He is 10, 2, and 3. First pick, Ricky. If you guys have just tuned in, you are watching the WinterludeDota Land live from UC. My name is Ride Hunter. Forkai Studios bringing you this one. Of course, this competition brought to you by CompSoc and UCGG. Also shout outs to Dragon PC, Churny Coffee, as well as PB Tech for sponsoring this event, making it possible. Magikarp, still waiting for his item. He's like, oh, it's going to get found out. The sentry placement's going to be placed. Oh, of course it is. This is what the sentry placement is. But they're not going to commit onto this. Kind of like mixed messages being sent out here. And the Lion is going to get taken down. There's just too many items coming out too quickly for the Dire side, and it's not a fun game to play this Lion. We talked about if the Radiant side could get out some early 4-stars, maybe always I hear an RP. Actually, an RP too, but he skewers them straight into the waiting arms of the Tide Hunter, who's going to ravage through. The Quabble's going to come through as well as the Spectre Horn, so maybe they can turn this one. Swaggles though, he's going to work at the back, picks up the Quap, and the Spectre's going to suffer the same fate. He's going to go down as well. That is a full 5-man wipe. Warriors of Warcraft turning it up, Kimchi boys. Again, the Mag had a nice RP on 2 heroes, but skewered him straight into the Tide Hunter's Ravage. Maybe not the best position to skewer. Certainly not what his team would have wanted when he hit the RP. And AM has got himself almost a Manta if he wants it. He is just snowballing hard the Lion. They have to be careful with Tide Hunter. He's going to TP out. They have to be careful, I was going to say, about diving, because there are heroes respawning. And we have a look at the Spectre's items as he died. He has got 3.2k gold. He is 600 gold away from his relic. Even further for Radiance. Quap though does have her Orchid. That's something. Again, like, she has to be really careful initiating near the Ricky, because as long as he's got the Diffusal Blade up. Obviously Ricky can Diffusal Blade it, it's just the nature of picking up the late Orchid. Looking at that overall net worth graph though for both teams, and we have it is a 14k gold lead for Warriors of Warcraft after 14 minutes. Sorry, after 23 minutes, a 14k net worth lead. That is That is pretty big. I feel at this stage, if you can lock down, say a Roshan, or push onto the high ground, put the Aegis on AM, you're good to go. Tidehunter though doesn't have Ravage, but he's still leading the way. He is big. He's got a Mystic Stuff. He's got to run into the Spectre. Oh no, not the Spectre. The last guy on the Radiant team that they want. The Glimpse is going to come back right into the... Oh, the Smoke Cloud from the Ricky's going to stop the Magnus. He had RP waiting at the ready. Would have had at least a 4-hero RP. Not going to be able to get it. The preemptive Smoke Cloud from the Ricky, stopping the Magnus reinitiating. And it is the Magnus himself who's the only one who's going to die. I guess in some ways, like, you sacrifice yourself as a Magnus for your carry spec. But at this point, you like have to keep all your heroes alive, I'm pretty sure. AM has picked up that Manta style, he's got 700 gold as well. Okay, Relic Watch. Relic Watch, Spectre has his Relic. Alrighty, this is the road to recovery. Spec Relic. Let's go, boys. He's only another 1,000 gold away from his Radiance. Alrighty. At small steps, he's getting their mag and power buff. He's going to be able to clear so many camps. I'm rooting for him. I think the Spectre's going to do it. To be fair, I'm kind of rooting against the Ricky pickers. Maybe it's a little bit biased of me, but it'd be nice if the Ricky lost this game. At this stage, it's going to be tough. It is going to be real tough, but they do have all the ultimates online for both sides, so this next team fight probably is going to decide the game. A good RP from Mag can really set things up. 15-inch lifestyle, a lot on him. Triggered. This high ground siege is going to begin. Wait, does Mystic Staff point booster build into anything? Octarine. Wait. Tide's going Octarine by the looks of it, so... I don't know, not a build I've seen, the Blink Dagger into Octarine build, but... might work for him. I would like to see kind of like maybe a mech, if you're the dire side, looking to push uphill. Not to be. Tidehunter says, I'm going to get 2 Ravage. I don't know, like... I feel like if you're going to go Octarine, you may as well, at this stage in the game, go Refresher. Because if you win one team fight, you kind of win the entire game. And as much fun as cooldown on Anchor Smash is, I'm not sure if it's fully worth it. Regardless, Vengeful Spirits come to the wrong neighborhood. Ricky Smoke Cloud, she's going to go down. So the winner of this, of course, facing null reference in the second round of the Losing Brick. Swaggle is so big on the AM. Looking to go for that melee rack. The Glimpse is going to come out. Static Storm placed on top of the Magnus, but doesn't trap it inside. Ricky Maroon still in the middle of their base. Buster's going to come out. The Ramage hits the as well. It's going to secure 2 kills. The Crop's still sitting on her ult. She's got ult Orchid ready to go, but guess what? The heroes are too tanky at this point. Spectre's ulted as well, and it's not going to be able to do anything. No damage up here. Too much control for the dire side. Too many items, too many levels. I think that's just a second lane of racks for your anti-mage. He's got an item coming to him on courier, I guess. He's had on to that gold for quite a while as the Crop's gonna ult, it's gonna get low. Oh, no, Crop's not gonna go down. Gem actually dropped and, well, they stayed a little bit too long, I feel. I guess Ricky didn't have Diffusal Blade up to Diffusal Blade off for silence. If he did, he could have blinked, striked away. But again, it's a small one. Have a look at that fight recap. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Those 2 kills netted them 3,000 gold. Okay, they're back. Spec's got it. Spec's got Radiance, boys. We're back. Ricky's going down. I'm not sure AM picked up. He's been sitting on a lot of gold. Oh, I guess he's got a full butterfly. Okay, there you go. It's just casually a full butterfly. Surprised he didn't go NKB before butterfly. Like, he wasn't really dying in team fights, and he knew the radiance was coming out from the spec. But I guess he'll get it next. Skyreth Mage, top lane, he's kind of been the forgotten hero, I feel, this game. His impact has mainly been his silence, which has been effective, but other than that, hasn't really been able to do too much. He's picked up the Rod of Athos. We don't have that Skyreth mech build, which again, I'm just a big fanboy of mech. I feel like someone on their team should have mech at some point. My producers just told me in my ear that Disruptor indeed has mechanism. There we go, boys. Real top tier caster there. Disruptor's got the mech on his team. Again, not sure why it's the Disruptor. I guess he's going, like Greaves for Orchid. Yeah, I guess it's okay, but like, could have probably gone on any of the heroes. Does Tide have his Octarine yet? Yeah. Octarine Tide Hunter, boys. So that is now a 112 second ultimate. You can't argue against that ultimate cooldown. Roche is going to go the way of anti-mage. I feel like that's all they really needed to push high ground at any stage in this game, is just kind of an Aegis. And they'll probably look to push down middle, second lane of Rax. The Spectre's found himself a Yasha on top of that Radiance. It's not enough yet, but I guess it's something to continue. It's a little bit of something to believe. Don't stop believing, as Journey once said. Anti-Mage Mantra's just hitting the tower. Can they come back, as asked in chat? I believe it's only going to be 2 lanes of Rax after this one taken down, and all the drop, blink. Oh, RP! Oh, okay, on the back lines, a solo RP up onto the Skyreth Mage, who's just going to Glimmer Cape this last, but they can't burst him down. The Tide Rabbit is going to come through. Equally, pretty underwhelming, hits one hero, they're able to take him down immediately though, and they're going to drop on some more. The Static Storm dropped on top of the Magnus. He's going to go down. Can they get the... Oh, Aegis, they do manage just to pop the Aegis on the AM, but remember, he's got a second life, he's coming right back into this one. Bit of a chaotic team fight, they're able to take down the Spectre, no buyback, so I think that is just your second lane of Rax. Quap ball back, but there's not too much she can do at this point. No ultimate, no real source of damage. Can you get the silence? Does get the silence off. And through your first, yep. Triple kill for the anti-mage. He is turning up in a big way. 8, 1, and 12. And I think this might just be GG. Komochi boys, they fought hard. They had a good draft in theory, but the anti-mage just got way too much as the Ricky's diving the bait. I feel sorry at this point for the poor Vengeful Spirit. Unfortunately for the fans at home of Komochi... Oh, I butchered that. Komochi boys, they have got... this will be them for the tournament, unfortunately. I'm sure they'll stick around and play a few games, maybe a couple of scrims here and there against some other teams. We're the effigy destroying part of the game, which really does just soul crush everyone. That's disgusting. Get that GPM up, but for Warriors of Warcraft, they're going to carry on through to the second game. Into the second round of the lower bracket. I believe we will be taking you to the top half of the bracket, as the Spectre is just going to live. Playing for style points at the moment. We have RP up, here we go, big RP, 15-inch lifestyle on the mag. I'm feeling it. Go on, finish with style. Here we go, big RP, he's going to catch 2. On top of the stun, but gets ravaged and dies. That's unfortunate. A nice try, I guess, but good game, well played, scored out by the Magnus. And that has been the game between Komochi Boys and Warriors of Warcraft. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this one. Of course, I've been Right Hunter, taking you through the game for Kai Studios. This is WinterludeDota. Thanks once again to UCGG and Compstock for organising the event. Also shout outs to Churny Coffee, Dragon PC and PB Tech for hosting this one.